The Silver Case was a game made by Goichi Suda, otherwise known as Suda 51. Like most of Suda's games, lots of people write off as low, so quirky, oh type storytelling and don't care to dwell further into what the themes and meaning of it are. I'm not going to do that because I think everyone should play it for themselves. It's the start of his Kill the Past games, other than Moonlight Syndrome. I have I have not played it, but there is a fan translation of it. I might check it out one day, but I'm lazy. I'm just lazy. Now, the Silver Case contains themes of killing the past, which are in all of Suda's games. These themes are delved into much more deeper in the sequel, The 25th Ward, which was originally released on mobile devices and was essentially lost media for years due to the cell phone company that providing it shut it down, and Suda didn't even have the company Suda didn't even have the type of phone that allowed the game. Now I apologize if I get any plot details or things wrong about the plot of the Silver Case. I do have slime brain, unfortunately. Okay, so the two plots, Transmitter and Placebo, both follow different vibes. Transmitter's vibes are essentially, oh man, the cops kind of control and ruin everything. The government's bad. Government plans beyond my comprehension. And Placebo's vibes are, man, capitalist living is boring. I'm miserable and sit around all day. Tokyo is the Placebo protagonist, and when we find him, he basically is lost in his life, just living and doing journalism for the sake of doing it. Transmitter's protagonist is essentially a player insert character falling into the world of cops being childish and evil, such as like Morikawa and Kusabi. Also, like in the start of the game, he just kills two because he believes that they aren't human at all. Like the characters at the start of the game, which are originally like Moonlight Syndrome characters. I don't know the plot of that game, but it's they basically went insane. Okay. The team he's on ends up being killed, and he joins the heinous crime unit and ends up seeing many of the problems of the 20th century, the late 90s, early 2000s Japan living. Two of his newer co-workers, in particular, Tetsuo Kusabi and Tokyo Morikawa, are two central characters to the theme of the game. The theme of your past tying you down and defining your entire life. How often do you go through the day and you think about some stupid crap you have done in your life, be it an embarrassing conversation or just something you wish you could have done differently? In a world of being surrounded by people who have moved on in their life and going on to newer and bigger things, it can kind of drive you insane. That's where Kamui comes in. Kamui represents what happens when your past is all you are, and you know it's bad for you, but it is what you are. Kamui and a number of other important characters repeat the phrase, kill the past, throughout the game. This phrase applies to a majority of the game's cast, Tokyo, Sumio, Kusabi, and Kamui, and a ton of others, but I'd like to delve into what it represents for Sumio. As a young boy, Sumio resided in a small industrial town known as Mikuma 77. He lived a pretty normal life there, but due to it being near a factory, the town's water supply via the river was tainted, and the town went insane. Sumio and a number of his childhood friends were friends with the daughter of the factory manager, who the townspeople betrayed on. The townspeople, who had been driven to insanity due to the chemicals in the water, hurt Sumio and his friends, each in a different way, similar to the monkey statue of see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. Sumio lost his hearing due to this event, but he learned how to read lips and such, so that's how he can function throughout the game. They also killed the factory worker's daughter. After this event, we return to the current time, and Sumio and Kusabi are investigating a possible bomb threat to a rich man's mansion. To make a long story short, the bombers are Sumio and his childhood friends, and they blow up 3 buildings but don't harm anyone. Sumiya's reason for doing this is out of revenge for what was done to him and his friends. Does that make him a good person or a bad person? I believe that is for you to decide. I leave you with this. How much does your past determine your current circumstances?